Yo, what's up? This is Marshall's Entertainment, and this video will show you how to create your first event in TouchPix. I will also show you how to activate your QR trigger with auto share. The QR trigger reduces the wait time your guest has to wait for your spinner to start spinning after each guest. Before your guests get onto the 360 photo booth, they will scan a QR code with their camera phone, and once the landing page appears on their phone, they will have three options on how to receive their video, which are email, SMS, WhatsApp. Your guests can also send to all three options at the same time. Once your guests put their phone number or email, they will press the generate button and a QR code will show on their phone. With this being said, you will not need a share station when you're using this feature. When your guests position themselves on the booth, they will show the QR code to the capture device camera, and then once the capture device camera recognizes the QR code, the countdown will begin, and that's when you will hit the remote button to start your spinner. So now I'm going to walk you through on how to set up your event in TouchPix. I'm already logged in, but once you get logged in, go to create custom event. And then here under event name, I'm going to type in QR trigger. Okay, the language is already selected for me, but this is where you select your language. And then here I will select US for me because I'm in the United States. And this right here tells your text messaging what country code you're going to be in. Countdown. I usually run 3 on a regular event, but when I started using this QR trigger, the countdown happens so fast, you have to be on your P's and Q's. So I'm going to give myself like 5 seconds to give me time to recognize that it is counting down. Okay, I'm going to uncheck mirror overlay. I'm going to check use rear camera, and I want to have camera exposure menu on my screen, so I hit enable. I'll keep that enabled because I like to adjust my settings. You know, I like to do a manual setting. Printing, we're not doing any printing, so I turn that off. I'm gonna uncheck photo, boomerang, GIFs, and videos. And you notice this slow-mo boomerang goes with this slow-mo what you're gonna be doing, so that's why it's enabled. Countdown, it's pretty much up to you. 4.5 is the default, but I usually run about 6 or 7 depending on the size crowd that I have. And I'm going to go over here and add a MP3 file for my music background. And let me go down here. I'll select this one, hit open. And I'll discuss this in another video, but you see the ES behind, in front of the word is bond. That's Epidemic Sound. That's where I get my music from. Now, when a customer requests some music, I put the music they request. But when I put the video or the mashup that I make of all my videos, I always use royalty-free music because I don't want to deal with any copyright stuff. So I give the customer what they want. They know the consequences they could, you know, have with the law or whatever if they use it. But I do like to give the customer what they want. Okay, down here in timeouts, I'm gonna put this down to 0 for the editing. Thanks, I'm gonna put that to 0. And props, put that to 0. And I'll leave the sharing at 12. Okay, sharing methods. But like I said earlier, you're not really going to be sharing any files locally because everything is going to be done through the web. So So you do have to have internet service when you're using the QR trigger, but I do always uncheck Facebook and Twitter, okay? Because like I said earlier also, you're gonna have the option of email, SMS, or WhatsApp when you're doing the QR trigger. But I'm gonna keep all these other ones checked, because if I have a problem with the QR trigger, I could go ahead and switch over to ScanPix and use it, or I could try another method. I just like to have options when I'm at the event, because you never know what could happen. So, but I always have this, so it keeps me from having to reset everything when I'm at the event. Okay, go down here. Touch pick is in brackets down here. That's where you'll put your information. So I'm gonna put my name there, Marshall's Entertainment. Then I'm gonna copy that, so I can just cut and paste the rest of it. Then go over here, the same thing. Control V. I go down to the next one for the email. Control V that. This last social share description. Change that to Marshall's Entertainment. I'm gonna move this over. Delete capital B for photo booth galleries. And then here I'm gonna put my company name. And here you will add a logo. And this, the branding part, it's gonna add your logo to all over the place. That there are spots for branding, but I don't have a good logo, and if I'm not having anything to show the branding, like a TV screen or something like that, I don't necessarily worry about it. So go down to the next section in motion trigger. Okay, motion trigger, I use this a lot. But when you're using the QR trigger, you can't use both at the same time, so you have to check one or the other. So to keep from having to uncheck this inside the app once we're going to the event, I'll just go ahead and uncheck it now. And if I wasn't using the QR trigger, I would enable the screen sharing with the live view. And then when I'm using this, I always uncheck QR carousel, because my TV is always located within the vicinity of the 360 booth. So I don't want to crowd around my TV trying to get, I always have a different means of them getting their video. So I don't want people standing around my television. But to keep me from having to cut this off when I get into the app, because I'm not going to be doing a video presentation in here, so I just like to have the minimum things I need to be running in the background. And then I'm going to consent to this. Then I'm going to hit submit. Now that I'm going to do designer, normally I would go to designer and do my overlay, but for time's sake in this video, I'm going to go to designer, new designer beta. And I'm already logged into the website. And I'm going to select what type. So I want to do a video overlay. And I want to put it to my QR trigger event. And then I'm going to select 1072 by 1072. And I like the square video when I do my events. And if you want to go to designer on the other tab, I think it's slow-mo 2 for this one. Just pay attention at what you're doing when you get there, because they might have moved the different things around. Then I'm going to say use this template. So I use that template. So instead of me trying to design something right quick for you, I'm just going to go down here to design library. And it's already pre-populated with different logos, overlays. And then you go to the filter here, and you can go to baby showers, kid birthdays, sweet 16s, weddings. I'm just going to select birthday. And I'm just going to pick one in here right quick. We'll do this one. Okay. Now you got to add it to the event. So you're going to add it to the event. And then I'm going to return back to TouchPics. Then I had to hit confirm it, return to TouchPics. So before we get out of this screen and add the event to the capturing device, your customers are going to need a QR code. So this is how you get the QR code. You go to downloads under support. Then you go to QR scanning and sharing method. And here's a video that Mark had done on his YouTube page. I'm just going behind the scenes on how to get in there, do's and don'ts. This is what you're going to be downloading. You're going to be downloading this template. And you can have this displayed on a placard or print it out before you go. Or you could do it on your iPad or whatever. If you don't want to bring another device, you just print this out. And then once the person scans this image with their phone, it's going to take them to the landing page, and it's going to look like this on their phone. And this when they'll put all their information in, then they will hit generate. And then once they hit generate, it's going to pop up the QR code here. And then when it's their turn to get on the booth, they will show that to the camera. But to download this, there's different formats. You got a PDF file, layered Photoshop file if you want to change the text or something like that. And then you just have regular JPEG. And you just download the file. And if you're going to use an iPad, just go to the website on your iPad. That way it's already there. You hit download, save to your photo gallery or where you're going to save it to. And it's already there. And then you present this somewhere inside where you're going to have your guests come into the booth and they go ahead and scan and get set up. So you're going to go to your trigger. Then you're going to hit QR code. So now it's time to set up your event on your device. You're going to go to activate. Activate. Okay, then we're going to go to settings. And then now you go down and check your settings and make sure you're on high quality. Sometimes it's defaults over there. You just hit that. And they've added network speed tests. You can do that in app. You turn it on right there. Hit a network speed test. Doesn't take very long to do. It says I'm 14 down and 18 up. And if I had a 15 megabyte file, it'll take 6.55 seconds. Okay, so I'm pretty much done in here. There's nothing I really got to do in that section. Printer is already off. Camera, my camera set to ultra wide in the back camera. Not doing anything there. TV session is off. And use QR to start. That's checked on. That's what we want. Is it okay? My timeouts are still looking right. Don't want nothing on but my sharing. And then connect. That's if you have trigger boxes and all that to make your boost spin automatically without you interfacing with it. And this is Scanpix. I'll do another video on that. This is what I really like using, but the other process is way much faster than this one. So right now everything is off. And then that's pretty much it. It just walks up to the booth. You're in slow-mo. Now your phone is waiting for the QR code. See it? It's seeing it. It's doing this countdown, spinning. Recording. And I'm going to show you how fast it's going to be. It's still processing, but it just said thank you. They done cleared the booth already. Then the next guest just hops up, and boom, it started already. That's amazing. That is super fast. That's why I like this feature. It is super, super fast. It's a game changer. But that's going to conclude this video here. But if you have any questions, drop them down in the comments below. I'm going to try to do some lives. You know, I start back work next week, so Monday through Thursdays I won't be able to do no lives, but Saturdays I can do live, and that way you can join in on the conversation. But if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll get back with you. And I'll also leave a link in to Epidemic Sounds. That way you can get you some royalty-free music. That way you won't have any issues with the law or trying to get sued or anything like that, because you don't want no drama. And that's it. Y'all have a good one, and thanks for watching the video.